The US president says he'll call his Ukrainian counterpart almost immediately if the upcoming summit with Vladimir Putin goes well. It comes after Volodymyr Zelenskyy and European leaders held a video conference with Mr Trump to try to shape his approach to the talks, which of course are going to take place in Alaska. Well, let's get more from our Europe Bureau Chief Zoe Ford now. G'day, Ms Zoe. So what did Mr Zelenskyy and his European allies say to Donald Trump?
Good morning to you, James. This was really their last-ditch attempt to try to influence Donald Trump as he walks into that meeting with Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday and to convince him not to cave to any of Mr Putin's demands. They also wanted to reiterate to Mr Trump that any conversation about Ukraine must involve Ukraine and that the security of the entire continent, in their view, is at stake. This last point is crucial because they believe that if Mr Putin is allowed to advance as he wants to, that gives the green light, really, for either Putin or other aggressors around the world to do the same. They've also reminded the US president that international borders must not change by force. And Mr Putin's troops are claiming even more territory in Ukraine, in the lead up to this meeting. In the past 24 hours, there have been the biggest advances in the east of Ukraine that we've seen in more than a year. Nevertheless, Mr Zelenskyy told Mr Trump on that video conference today that he should not be swayed by Mr Putin, saying that he's winning the war and that it's a lot more interesting at this point in time that Ukraine wasn't losing ground. This is what Mr Zelenskyy had to say.
I told the US president and all our European colleagues that Putin is bluffing. He's trying to put pressure before the meeting in Alaska along all parts of the Ukrainian front. Russia is trying to show us that it can occupy all of Ukraine. Of course, this is their desire.
In Anchorage können wichtige Entscheidungen
Important decisions can be made in Anchorage. We Europeans are therefore doing everything in our power to set the course for this meeting in the right direction. We want President Donald Trump to be successful in Anchorage on Friday.
And Ms Zoe, Donald Trump doesn't love it when people try to tell him what to do. What was the president's reaction to Europe trying to influence him or sway him a bit before this meeting with Putin?
Well, it was all very friendly, actually. In fact, Donald Trump gave the meeting a 10. That was his score. He said that Russia would face consequences if it did not agree to stop the war in Ukraine, though he did not explain what those consequences would be. He promised to debrief with the European leaders straight after the meeting. And he also flagged that it would be his hope to try to get Mr Zelenskyy into the room very soon after this summit. This is what Mr Trump said.
If the first one goes okay, we'll have a quick second one. I would like to do it almost immediately, and we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelenskyy and myself if they'd like to have me there.
So the leaders of the US, Ukraine and the European allies all seem quite hopeful about this meeting in Alaska on Friday, but analysts on this side of the world are a little more cautious. They say that Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump are both unpredictable leaders and anything could happen.